Hi everyone. Good evening. Nice to be back. Happy autumn. Happy spring. I have Riff in front of me. This is Mr. Riff. He's a Norwegian black forest cat. And I love him. And how do you get his name? Well, a musical in the way that musicians speak. They'll play a riff, and any musician would know what that is. So he is a musical kitty, and he's Mr. Riff, or the Riff Man. You can see he's got a lot of fur. Do you want to go? You want to go say bye? Say bye, everyone. I just want to look. Okay, I'll let you go. Just wanted you to meet him. Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great summer. It was hot here in Florida. It's still hot. But we'll make the best of it. In the meantime, I have some mentions that I want to talk to you about. So, there are some things I would like to say. Number one, I had a dream about roses. They were everywhere. They were all colors, and it was like fields of them. And I wanted them so bad. I wanted to touch them. I wanted to smell them, their aroma. I wanted to see them. I wanted to be near them. Because in Florida, in southern Florida, you can't grow roses. So when I went out that day after the dream, and I went to the supermarket and I bought 12 roses. And these roses are here with this reading. But I just want to go over a little bit about the rose. And a dream about a rose or roses is depending on the color. So very red roses symbolize romance, commitment, and bond in a relationship. A darker pink, almost like a fuchsia rose, is passion, but also appreciation for all of the gifts that you have to offer, or to appreciate someone else's gifts they have to offer. Yellow, which you can see over here, remembering, good luck, welcome home, and new beginnings. And having 12 roses is finally finding the perfect love. So I thought I would share that with all of you because we're coming into a season where either way, whether it's autumn, you're going to come into a lot of holiday, festive times. The trees will change, the landscape will change. And in springtime, one becomes alive, and everything's budding and everything is exciting. So either side, it's fun. And the dream of these roses, I had to have them, and I wanted to share them with you, and they're in this reading. So all of the things that they represent, I believe, are part of what I have to offer here, as far as those that are looking for relationships, those that are in relationships, finding the perfect love or a soulmate, passion, wanting to feel it again. You do in the spring. In the fall, you tend to be a little different, a little bit more that bond. You want to solidify the bond. The second thing that I'd like to bring up is that I posted and I'll show it to you. And I posted an article that it looks like this. And many of you have seen this. It's a man with a hoodie on with no face. And all around him are, I put the stop on it with the stop sign, and it has identity, password, bank, username, account, hack, spy. This scamming situation that is going on is completely out of hand. But what I wanted to say is if you see this, and you'll see it, I have, if you want to see the article itself, it's on Facebook, and that would be Donna J. Massa, and then you just see the article there on my page. It's been put in various places on all platforms in different ways. It is a story that happened to me, and I wanted to share it because it was devastating. It was a very, very horrible experience, and so much so that I don't want anyone to go through it, what I went through. Loss of money, a lot of things. And this can happen to anybody. They're so good and they're so convincing, and they know so much about the person that they're going to imposter, whether it be a celebrity or someone famous in some way. They look to see how you comment and what you comment on, and then they go after and say, well, I'm so-and-so, or I'm this or I'm that. But my story is true, and I shared it with you. And I would love it to go viral. So I'm asking you to read it and share it. Share it to whoever you want, however you want, because it is a very serious situation going on out there. And as much as we restrict, as much as we tell Facebook or Instagram that there is somebody on there that's not real or not authentic or it's a scam, there's so much they can do. In my situation, I reached out to almost everybody, including the FBI, and they could not find this person. And is a very well-known person. So my experience was very sad, and I shared it so all of you could not have to go through what I went through. Not to ever experience this type of thing. That you'll be smart enough to know by my story, this should never happen to you. And the last thing that I want to talk about is t-shirts. I finally have the opportunity to do t-shirts for people, and we're starting Arts for Humanity, which is the foundation that my husband is involved with, who's founded it, A4H, Arts for Humanity. This is how can I say, what normally happens with Arts for Humanity is events are put together with various musicians that are professional, and they come together for a day or 3 days, and they raise money for a charity or something very important like the Kidney Society or the St. Jude's Hospital for children who have cancer, or burn victims, or anything that has to do with humanity, helping humanity in a big way. So under the umbrella of Arts for Humanity, we are going to be doing t-shirts. And I'm going to be starting with the Michael Jackson series. So those are 13 storyboard illustrations, plus the cover, which is the 14th, and they're going to be on t-shirts. So we're going to have a site put up. I'm going to give you all the information, descriptions of each illustration, what they mean, because it's coming from the book. This is the book, and I think many of you have seen this book on Amazon, and my name has changed. It's not Donna Massa Chappie. The Chappie is gone. I'm divorced, so it's just Donna Massa. So I'm the same person. But all of the illustrations, except for the 13, are here. However, they've never been put on anything. So they're going to be on t-shirts. You can put them on anything you want. You can put it on a mug. You can put it on a bag. You can put it on placemats, whatever you want. And if you're a Michael Jackson fan, devoted fan, I think you're going to really enjoy the way these t-shirts are going to come out and be available to you. So those are the three mentions that I have regarding what I want you to know before I start a reading. I've already shuffled the cards, so it makes things a lot easier and a lot faster. And all I have to do now is lay them out. It's a Celtic cross spread, which you know I've done for you before. This is for the fall. This is a reading for the collective and also for every sign in the zodiac. The last reading that I had was a summer reading, and 3 out of those, in that reading, three issues came true, actually happened. And so I'm very interested as to see what's going to happen with these cards that I'm about to lay out. So let's see what happens. So the first card that is the issue or situation that the collective is facing, or any one of us personally is facing, or any sign is facing, is Archangel Michael. That's the first card, okay? What lies over Michael, which is whatever situation lies, whatever the situation, this is going to be, lies over the issue. And that card is Archangel Jophiel. So we have Archangel Michael. What lies over Michael is Archangel Jophiel, female. What crosses, what is the obstacle, is Archangel Zekiel, or Zedekiel, whichever way you want to say it. I say Zekiel. And he is crossing the reading, okay? What lies beneath the reading, which is the foundation of this reading, is Archangel Uriel. So that is male archangel. What is behind us is Archangel Jeremiah. What is crowning us or above us? Archangel Gabriel. The monolith is here to the side. So let me get these right. What lies above us and then before us. In other words, it's going to be the near future. And that card is Archangel Raphael. That's healing. Okay, now the monolith, which I'm going to have to push these over to get them in. Okay, so we have 4 cards. This I'm going to have to move just a little bit, Crystal. Okay. The first card in the monolith is always about you, us. And the second one is how people see us and how they can help us. The third one is hopes and fears. And so we have Archangel Azariel as the you, and Archangel Raguel as the how other people see the situation you're in or how they can help. The hopes and fears are Archangel Sandalphon, who is or is the twin to Metatron, and they both walked this earth and became archangels. And the final outcome is Archangel Raziel. The final card, which is the clarity card, I go put it across the deck and I'll leave it over here, okay? So what do we have here for the collective? The first card, which is Archangel Michael. Now, all of you have heard about Archangel Michael. You all know who he is. You know that he is an angel that basically can do almost anything. He is the leader of the virtues, which are the archangels, the order of the archangels. And he is noted for his strength and also casting out evil or darkness. You'll see him sometimes with a sword pointing downward. In other words, you don't belong here in an angelic realm. You're dark, you're evil, you're bad. You've got to go. We don't want you here. No hell, no anything like that. We just don't want you here. So that's what you need, and he's strength and courage. Okay. So it says here for the first card, the message on this card for you is, remember who we are. It says you are, we are. Remember who we are. Think about that. Remember who we are as a people. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. And you are very loved. Well, that's a very nice message for all of us. So what he's trying to say here is, people have a way of not really liking when you're doing well. Some people pat you on the shoulder and say, we're so happy for you, this is great, oh, you know, this and that, and they truly are. But there's others that will say it and then not really mean it. Because when things start happening and all of a sudden you're coming up in the ranks and you're making money and you're happy and everything's going well, people don't like that. I think all of you know that. So this card is saying, remember who you are. Don't let anyone take away from you who you are. What makes you who you are. Try to change you in any way. alter you in any way. You are who you are. And those that are young are learning who they are, becoming who they want to be. And those that are in middle age, well, they're doing what they want to do. And if not, they're changing their career and learning something else. And those that are older, well, you know what? They worked a long time, they have a pension or a retirement plan, and they're retiring and they want to enjoy life. The children are all grown up, they love their grandchildren. However, they can go home. They've raised their children, and they want to relax and have fun. So all through this stage, you always have to remember who we are, who you are and who we are as a collective. Because right now, we're all being tested. Every single one of us. Doesn't matter what sign, you're being tested. Your values are being tested. Your moral and ethical principle. Your views. Your vision. How you want to live. So all of us are asking the question, are we happy? Do we want to make changes? Do you want to make changes in your life, in your career, in your relationships, politics, from A to Z? Change. Change is coming. And Archangel Michael is the card that represents strength. He wants us to be strong. He wants us to do the right thing. He wants us to be fair and just in the way that we evaluate what it is that we as a collective want. What kind of a world do we want? How as a collective do we want to work together to make the earth a better place to live, a cleaner place to live, a safer place to live? How can we contribute to that and be strong to stand up to our beliefs, what we feel is right, what is good, what is solid, what is fair? We are tired of seeing war. We want to cast it out. We don't want to see war. People hurting. We can't watch it anymore. It's over. Going in and using automatic weapons and opening up on people. This is crazy. And we all hear this every day in the news, the most outrageous things, and we're thinking, what century are we living in? What century are we living in? Because we're going backwards. People are thinking in ways that are backwards after we've done so much. People have given their lives for freedom, and all of these things we're thinking about. So, first card issue is big, huge, like a domino effect. So, Archangel Michael is asking all of us to be very strong, brave, fearless, stick to who it is we are as a person and as people. We have to work together. And he casts out evil, dark, low energy. You don't want to be around that. If you feel yourself going into it, you want out, because that's going to bring you down. People like that want to bring you down, just like what happened to me in the scamming. there are people preying upon you to bring you down to that level. And when you're at that level, you're not going to achieve anything. Because in order to achieve, you have to step up your vibration to a level of where opportunities are. You have to be happy, and you all know this. This is nothing new. But that's the first card here. Strength. Be strong. You're going to need it. We're all going to need it, no matter what happens. And we should stick together. You never do it alone. As a people, we need to stick together. We really do. Because the problems we're facing are problems that everyone's facing. So that's your first card. Now, what lies over that card is clear your space. This is Archangel Jophiel, and get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Or you start to redecorate your home and make it simple. You reorganize your business desk so that everything is where it should be. Because if you're organized, then your thoughts will be organized, and you'll be more focused. So it's asking you to clear the clutter in your head. And that would be by the media. If you're constantly listening to the media, or you're constantly doing something all the time, you get caught up in it. And it can make you depressed, it can make you sad, because you're hearing things you don't really want to hear. So Jophiel is also the patron of artists. And it's coming in again, and it has been coming in again every single time I read. Jophiel is, and this is what the card looks like. That's what, and I think you can see her. She is the patron of artists. So there's a call for artists. And I think you've seen this plenty of times on Reels where they're talking about artists. They want you to create. Start creating a lot, because the world needs it. Because there's so many things that are going on. They need artists, people who can write beautiful stories, art, painting, illustration, sculpturing, any form of art, any form of arts and crafts, writing, film, good films, films that we can relate to, stories, real stories, well written. So you're being asked to be strong. You're being asked to organize what you have around you. Organize your thoughts. Organize your home. Organize where you work, so that you're more clear-headed and you don't have as much stuff, and don't stop worrying and anxiety and all that. No. Try to find that nice, happy balance in between, so that you're not going up and down. Just try to find that nice little place to be in, that where you're comfortable. So that's the Jophiel. So it's a call for artists, and clear your space. It's also clearing chakras, all your chakras, your 7 chakras, clearing them, opening them up, whatever, manifesting, affirmations, prayer, whatever, novenas, whatever you do to clear your mind, but also clear the energy every day, whatever it works for you. Another part of Jophiel. Now, what is crossing is Zedekiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. How many times the thoughts come through your head about something and it says to do something and you say, no, not now. And you forget. And you realize that if you had done it, it would have been very important because the timing was exactly when you should have done it. Now the person's not there, or the thing isn't there, or what you missed your opportunity. It also means that you need to listen to the guidance that comes through you, the energy that comes through you. Listen to it. Usually it's always the first thing that comes into your head is usually always the right thing. But you tend not to want to listen to that. No, I'd rather listen to something else. I want to, oh, no, I'm going to watch TV now, or I'm going out, or no, you tend to second guess. And so what the problem here is that this archangel is asking you to basically listen more. Don't talk so much. Listen. You can learn from listening. Don't be the first to raise your hand or be the first to jump on a situation. Impulsive. Pull back. Stay calm. Balance. Listen. Really, really listen. Because, you see, if you listen, then you'll know what you should do. You'll learn from other people by listening. You won't have an argument if you listen. It's impossible. You can't argue with someone who's not going to argue with you. They just want to listen to you and hear you blow your steam and then see you later. Next. They're not interested. You're not going to get any clapping hands for that. So there's no sense in any of it, actually. You just need to stop and listen. Also read. If you don't understand something, read about it. You'll have a better understanding of what it is you like or don't like, and you know what you're talking about, instead of just saying whatever comes into your head. So if you put these three cards together, you're being asked as a collective to be very strong at this time, during this time, within your own self and as a collective people. There's a call for artists, also clearing your space, which means clear your head, clear your energies, stay positive now, especially now. And the third one, Ezekiel, is listening more. Listen. It's not easy to listen. Stay still and listen. It's like being in school. Shut up and listen. No. You just have to work at it. It's hard. Especially if you don't agree with someone. You're sitting there and say, I don't like it. I don't like what they're saying. I don't agree. Now you want to debate. A debate's fine. Debates are good. Arguments can be rough. But before you open your mouth, listen. And then think. And then say what you have to say. You won't get in so much trouble. Okay, so that's what's crossing us. We need to listen more. Okay, within our own selves. Remember, this applies to you as an individual. All of us could do this. But we need to listen as a collective. And what are you talking about, listening as a collective? How does that work? Well, it works when you listen to each other. Right now, here in the United States, it's all about women. Women are listening to other women. Women are coming together for women. They have to. It's their time. And they're going to do it. Women are very strong. Very, very strong. And especially when they work together. There's a bond that cannot be broken. So, we all have to listen more. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to what the issues are, because they're screaming out for help. Things are not right. Things are not just. Things are not fair. And this whole era that's coming in, right now we're in a little funny place where Pluto, which is the planet that is transitioning into Aquarius. As I said, the last time it was in Aquarius was 1776 to 1798. Here we are in 2024. It's retrograde in Capricorn. This could be a good thing because Capricorn is a business sign. They're the ones that are organized, practical, logical thinking, excellent in business, and solid, very solid, grounded, earth sign. So in a way, it's tying in that it's this at this time. There's elections. There's all kinds of things going on. It's good to be organized. Very similar to these first three cards. So when it goes direct back into Aquarius, this is an era of real change in everything. You're about to see a woman become president in this country. You're going to see things you've never seen before. And some of us are going to be a little uncomfortable with it. But we're going to have to get used to it. But remember one thing about this era, being the age of Aquarius. This is when leaps and bounds will be made in almost every area. There'll be things that we will see and experience that are amazing. It will be an ascension, a growth of humanity. It doesn't seem like that right now, but wait till it really kicks in. Because once it goes direct, then you'll really start to see. And it's like the sunshine is on everyone. And we're going to see the light. And everything that was hidden will be shown. Everything that was dark will be light. Everything that we are not aware of, we will be aware of. We will be told. No more mysteries, no more hiding, no more secrets. It's going to be out. If you think you're going to try to get away with something, you won't. You'll eventually be found out. It's an incredible age to be living in. And those that are living in it have made it to the age of Aquarius, which is a new age. We're not in the 1776. We know what happened during those years, but we're not. We're hopefully evolved. Although some of the governors here in the United States, I'm not sure, have evolved. And they might as well be in the medieval times. But that's beside the point. So, anyway, I don't want to get off of the subject, but we are being tested, and we need to stick together. As a world, as a people, because in the United States, everybody lives here. I don't think there's a person in this country that doesn't live somewhere else in the world. But people in this country have family in other countries. They live in other countries. They have several homes, one being in the United States. So what happens here in the United States is going to affect the world. So you have to understand that all of you out there, with these three cards, listen. Listen to what is wrong. Listen to what is needed. Listen to where the weaknesses are, so that you know what you can do and how you can help. Because if you're in your own world with your cell phone and you're like this the whole time, you're not going to know what's going on. Quiet. Shut everything off. No sound. And just sit there. No TV, nothing. Just listen to nothing. See what happens. See what comes into your head. See what thoughts come in. Oh, I can't do this. I'm so nervous. I can't do. You can do it. Just try it for just 5 minutes. See what happens. Try it. It's an exercise. Okay? Just try it. Okay. What is below us? What is the underlying issue here? There's something that we have to really pay attention to, and it's, you know what to do. Archangel Uriel, trust your inner knowledge and act upon without delay. Okay, this is all related into what we need to do. We have a climate problem. It's a world problem. We have to work at this as one world. We have to, the thing that we have to understand about Uriel, he is the weather, but not just the weather. In this particular case, as being the foundation of this reading, it's not so much about the weather, it's about whether we're going to be willing to do something about it as a world. We each do our part, but as a world, we have to come together, because you know what? The only home we have is Earth, not our homes. If we didn't have Earth, we wouldn't, or the moon wouldn't ground us, because that's the gravity, or the air. We as humans have to breathe. We can't live in water. Without good air and clean air, what's going to happen to us? How are we going to find that balance? We pollute in the air with all kinds of God knows what, taking trees out that we need. We have to work together on this. This is a very serious problem. It's changing our weather. So in the base here is not just about the problems that we're having with weather, because we're all having them. It's going from cold to hot. Is in between is the storms are bigger, they're more powerful, they last longer. Devastation is like everywhere. All kinds of natural disasters, and this is the archangel that is responsible for these types of things. Hurricanes, cyclones, earthquakes, all of this is him. But he's not saying that that's what's going to happen. What he's saying is that we have to come together and work on climate control. Work on it. Every country has something to offer. And we have to do something about it in our own little lives and as a world, as a unity, to work at trying to do this. Because if we don't, we're going to lose the only home we have. And that's not going to be very, very good. So that's what this foundation is start thinking about how you can help with climate control. In your community, neighborhood, state, country, whatever. This archangel means business. If we don't do what we're supposed to do, we will suffer. They already have ways to cool down the Gulf Stream between Florida and Mexico and Louisiana, Mississippi. That's the Gulf. The Gulf waters are extremely warm. They already know how to cool them so that you don't have these horrible, what they call low pressure, and they start out as storms that become larger and feed off the warm water and the air and everything else, and they go into the Gulf and spin and get bigger because of the warm water. They know how to cool that so that won't happen, but they're not doing it. Why? This is what I'm talking about. You see Jane Fonda. She's out there every day connecting with people, because that's what she is very concerned about. So we as individuals and have to get involved in climate. Otherwise, these storms will continue, and they will ruin where we live and how we live, and we could lose people we love. That's the underlying problem for all of us. I don't feel that he's saying we're in danger, just by the normal things that happen during seasonal changes. But nothing disastrous. I don't feel it, so don't worry. What's behind us? All is well, Archangel Jeremiah. Everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, with hidden blessings you will soon understand. Okay, this is a past card. All is well. Jeremiah is the life review archangel. A life review. And every once in a while, it's a good idea to just close everything down, no sound, and think about reviewing your life and what you can do to make it better, what you can do to change it, what you can do to be happier. And that in itself right there is how we evaluate who we are, who we want to be, what we want to do, how we want to do it, all of that. Life reviews are usually done during a retrograde. Retrogrades are, you've heard many times what they are. You put RE in front of every word. Reassess, reevaluate, redo, rethink. Well, a life review is like that, and they're important to do every once in a while. Take a look at yourself. Look in the mirror and talk to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. It's an exercise. Lots of people do it. Stop talking about what you don't like in yourself. I have a very loud laugh, and I really don't feel it's very feminine. I'd like to change that. Well, change it then. I'm outspoken. I have a abrasive personality. Well, change it. Try to work on it. Takes 30 days to start a habit, 30 days to lose one. So give yourself some time and patience. But you want to improve yourself so that, because this is a past card, because when you get into this other business over here, you want to be ready. So what it's asking us to do is understand the blessings. Know when we've been given a blessing. Know when we have been given a gift, and appreciate it like the rose. Appreciate your gifts and others who are gifted. Appreciate them. Appreciate yourself. Love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to love yourself. I don't understand that. I don't really get that. Well, you have to live with yourself, right? You can't be someone. You have to live with this person that's in your body, this soul that's inside of you, and the thoughts that come with it. You have to live with this person that you're becoming. You better like. If you don't, you make some changes, because if you don't like yourself, how are you going to like anybody else? You have to learn by improving yourself first. You, number one, first. So, in this case, before we can become a collective, we have to work on ourselves, so that then we can become part of a global unity. We have to work at it. Open, accepting, appreciative, patient, listening. So, the past is the past. It's a review. Whatever you didn't like that went on in the past, last few months, last few years, you didn't like it, make a change. Little ones at a time. The blessings, watch them as they come in. Be aware of them, because they're guiding you. They are the guiding. That's the Archangel. The Archangel comes in through the brain, comes in through the mind, and initiates something. And you hear it as a thought. Now, you listen or you don't. I said, well, how do I know which Archangel it is? Well, you're learning them. Every time I come on, I'm telling you about these angels and what they do. You can write them down as I speak. You want me to, I'll show you the card. But, the card it's not really going to give you what you're really looking for, except that you really want to know the meaning. How's it going to affect me? Life reviews. Everybody can have them. They're easy to do, but you need to do them. It's your own little private therapy. Okay? So before you move forward, think about how you'd like to change a few things. Okay? Okay, what is above us? Gabriel. Now, Gabriel is a nurturing angel, and she is a female, and she is the messenger. And what does she have to say? She says, as you mature a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Okay, now, there's a difference between being childish and childlike. Childlike is a pure innocence in the heart and the soul. It's pure. It's unconditional love. It's the ability to care for someone else and put them first and yourself second. It's knowing how to nurture a situation, whether it be an animal, a person, place, or thing. Cherish. To be on the crown, though, here, see this. There's a bunch of archangels over a child. This says to me, or what's coming through to me now, is children here. Children. We have to be very careful what children see right now. They're around, and our TVs are on, and our phones. We're working our phones. And they are very, very bright children, especially now. Look at the rainbows. These are children. The rainbow children are what you're raising now. The crystals are raising the rainbows. They're exceptional children. And They're very, very keen to everything. Their senses, everything. They say things that are just, you can't believe what they're saying to you. You can't believe it's real. They know things that are beyond their years. And parents are just in awe of them. But they don't miss a trick. And they know by your reaction to something, whether it's good or bad. And they, as little as they are, these little people will worry and be frightened if their parents aren't solid. If they don't know how to handle a situation the right way, the child is affected. So what's happening here is Gabriel, even though she's the messenger and she brings in messages from whatever you need to know, she also protects. In this case, she's saying that we, as in our own individual lives or as a people, we have to worry about the children and how they're being raised and what they're seeing, because they are seeing war. They're seeing things that they shouldn't be seeing, and some of them are traumatized by it. If you're arguing in the house a lot in front of the child, it's going to affect the child, and you don't realize it. It's that you're involved with someone else and you're not agreeing, so you're at it, and the child is watching. It's not good. The child doesn't understand. The children, as you know, they don't mature totally until they're well in 19, 20, something like this, when their brains really form. So the first 6 years of a child's life is imperative. Everything happens in the first 6 years. The foundation of a child in the first 6 years is extremely important. So whatever you do, the child is watching. And in this position, being at the crown or the top of this situation, is the children are affected by what they're seeing and hearing. They're affected at what they're doing on this phone and the games they're playing and the things that they're doing. You may want to take some time out. She's also the angel for communication. Communicate with your children and put this thing away. And don't be afraid to say, I'm sorry, but you can't use it between 6 and 8. You have to do your homework. Or you can't be on it all day playing games. Or watching all of this, it's just too much. You need to take time out and be a family, or be together, or do something together without a phone or without a TV. Play a game, Scrabble, play something, but interact with your children. Because they're being affected by all of this right now. There's wars going on, there's people aren't happy, they're going through a lot in this country. Women are having a very difficult time, and they have children. And they're torn. Women are really torn in ways that are unimaginable. And the children are seeing this. Little girls are seeing this with their mother. Little girls understand what's maybe happening. It's young girls that are going through puberty totally understand what is happening, and it's like, what? And boys and girls in high school are beginning to think, well, what do we do? I mean, if something happens, what, you're going to go to jail? What, or are you going to get life if you have an abortion? Or what? This is a tremendous amount of pressure on women. You can't imagine. You have to be a woman to know this. No man can understand this. He's a different animal. But he's part of it. So, because you can't have the baby unless you have the man, right? So, and careful too. But in this case, what we need to do is we need to take a little bit of time out. Listen to your children and spend some time with them, quality time with them. They'll remember that more than anything else. You could ask a child that was 5 years old at the time when you did this, and they're 23 or 24, and they said, Mom, you know what? Remember when we made that snowman outside? We put the hat on and we did all the, remember how much fun that was? And yeah, I do remember that. Mom, I love that. It's so much fun. Let's go out and do it. If we have another snowstorm, will you make a snowman with me? That's what the joy of these children. It's the simplest thing. Read them a book. Read them a book, old-fashioned, read a book. Show them the illustrations in the book. There are people out there illustrating. They illustrate books. Watch a film with them that's wonderful. Learn something. Interact with your children. That's what this angel is saying, Gabriel. Children are very important right now. Okay, what's in front of us? What's going to happen? Healthy lifestyles. Well, this is very good. This is Archangel Raphael. This is the Archangel who heals. We are going to take a shift, a dive, whoosh, boom, for the better. For the better. Because green, I mean, if you see this, green is the color of healing. Although you'll never see a hospital painted, the walls painted green in a hospital, because it makes people sick. Can you imagine? But the color green is luck sometimes, and it is healing. So we as people, our individual lives, and the world want to heal from what they see, hear, what they know, they don't like. Life review. They want to heal their soul, their heart, their mind, their emotions, whatever. They want healing. Time out. I'm sick of this. Need a change. Need a vacation. Whatever. Time to heal. Okay? So we've been asked for strength. Okay? Be strong. Be aware. Life reviews. All of these things we're being asked to do. Because if we do them, we heal. Whether it's physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, we're growing. And that is what we need to do. As a world and as people, we need to grow. And in order to grow, we have to heal what is broken. We have to be aware of our actions because the children are watching. Think. Listen. Hear it. Every single word spoken. Every single word. Don't take anything for granted. Not good. Not good. Healthy lifestyles. That means what you eat, what you drink, how you live, the way that you live. What level do you want to live on? And how can you make it better? What can you do to live better? Be happier? What changes can you make? How can I heal from this? How did I heal from this with the scammer? How did I heal from it? You feel broken. You feel used. You feel like you were taken advantage of and that you were broken. Can't imagine anybody doing that to you. Can't imagine why you were sorry. Why me? Why others? That's what they do. They prey upon people. That is the card that my Archangel Michael's asking you to be aware of these people. Scammers. Fraud. Fraudulent activity. If something doesn't look right, you'll know. Protect your phones. Protect your homes. Just take a little extra time. And don't project. Because if you project and something doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, you're going to be disappointed and you're not going to heal. Don't assume anything. Never assume. Well, I assume that this, no, you know that's not going to work. It may be lucky, but you want to heal from the inside out. And when you are healing, whether it's a physical thing and you've been operated on and you're getting better, or you're pre-op before you have your operation and you're suffering, have patience because you know that once you have your operation, you're going to be better. It could change your life. So healing is in order as we go forward. Okay, so we've had a few things going on in here that we need to know, but now we need to heal. Okay? All right, now we're going to start the monolith. And the first card is Counselor, and that is Azariel. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Okay, this card here is talking about people in this world that are spiritually gifted. A counselor, whether it be a camp counselor, or whether it be a counselor in a guidance counselor, or a psychiatrist, or somebody that has a gift of clairvoyance, the ability to heal, those that are mediums, those that read tarot, those that are psychic and read tarot, those that read as I read. Anybody that has this extra sense is needed now. On YouTube, and there's some other platforms, but on YouTube, we call it a spiritual family or a spiritual community. There are many of them out there that are wonderful. Each one has their own style. They all have something wonderful to say, and they're all there to help you heal. Now, they use tarot because tarot has its own magical meaning. But they ask you to evaluate and use your intuition when they read for you. Because it may not always be exactly the way, it doesn't always fit into your lifestyle. But that's not me, or that reading isn't me. It may not be, but it may be in a couple of months or a year. People who know how to read tarot are very, very, very gifted people. They are trying to help you through this medium of spirituality. Others are counselors, others are helping you through. There's Jim Curtis, who's unbelievable, and there's many of them out there that are helping you different ways by having small meetings that you can join these different kind of like communities, and you go and you all talk about like a near-death experience, or you talk about art, or in his case, in Jim's case, he does hypnosis, and he tries to work with people so that they can live their best authentic life, and he offers these wonderful programs. There's so many of them. These people are here as light workers, or from the angelic realm, or from another realm. They're here to teach us something we don't know. They know, we don't know yet. So there's all kinds of people here. And Counselor Zariel is sometimes known for grieving and the process of grieving. And there are people out there grieving. They're grieving because of wars, and they're losing people, and it's terrible. But there's also grieving of things that are happening because of people making laws, rules, and regulations that are not fair, they're unjust, and a lot of things are happening to women here in the United States, and some of them are dying, and this is grieving. So I don't think that it's talking about death here in this position. It's talking more about spiritual awareness and using your gifts to help people. The spiritual community is very important right now. Just like the children, spiritual people who can help you spiritually, whether they channel and talk to the dead, whatever they do, they're here to help you, to help guide you, to give you some confidence, make you feel like you're not the only person suffering or not the only person sad. So get involved with them. Listen to them. They're wonderful. And they're doing it for free. Yes, you have to join their station. If you've got the money, you can do it. If you can't, there's others that don't necessarily have an extended reading. Or you've heard enough and you don't need an extended reading. Some want you to become members, but usually when that happens, they have a lot of followers. They've really grown their channel. So we're dealing with counseling on all levels. It's needed. Now, the second card is how we are seen, or how people can help us, and it's Raguel, and it's relationship harmony is the name of the card. We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Now, where is it? Of all cards, that's it. I mean, that should be the clarity card, because in actuality, see, you're healing, spiritual teachings, meditation, third eye, chakra clearing, energy clearing. All of this spirituality is needed now. The spiritual soul, the spiritual part. We are ascending human beings, or trying to. We're trying to ascend. We want to lift to a higher vibration. All of us. Because once we do that, we're in a different realm. Things come to us. Things will come to us, all of us. But you have to go there. You have to try to seek that level. You're not going to seek it down here. So you have to do the alchemy trick. That's turning the lower energies, or the lower metals like brass and tin, to gold. So, relationship harmony. Raguel is the litigator. He's in the judicial system, okay? And in this particular case, he's talking about relationship harmony. But relationships can be on many different levels. Relationships can be a business relationship, a partnership, a relationship a romantic relationship, an intimate relationship, a friend relationship, a child relationship, mother and daughter, mother and son, father and daughter, father and son, whatever, they're relationships. And in this particular case, he's looking for harmony, balance, justice, the scales like Libra, balance. He wants right in the middle. Nice in the middle right now. Try to do that. And you do that in every area of your life. Or try to find that balance. You'll have a happier home. You'll be happier at work. You'll be happier in general. You'll be healing. This is all part of this spiritual awakening. Now the relationships and the harmony of trying to stay away from the arguments affecting the children. The arguments, if you're going to argue in a way that you're communicating without screaming and yelling, because the children hear this. Besides, your blood pressure goes up, and then you've got anxiety, and then you're stressed out, and what has happened here? What have you just done to yourself or to each other? Said things you don't even mean, probably cried, or someone left the house. And then doesn't come back. Now you're sad. What is that? Think very carefully. Again, it's all in part of this life review. Think about this very carefully, because we have to work on this as individuals. And then once you get this as an individual, then you know how to create it as a unity, as a world, as how to. It starts small, like in your community, your neighborhood. And then it grows into maybe something a little bit larger, like state. And then from the state, it goes into the country. And then one country affects the other country, and it just grows. But you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start with yourself healing. Spirituality. If you say, oh, I'm not a spiritual person, how do you know that? How? How do you know you're not spiritual? Have you ever tried tapping into it? Maybe you don't realize you have it. Maybe you don't realize that you are spiritual. Or maybe it doesn't come until later in your life, when you start to learn more, become more knowledgeable, more wisdom. You're older. Maybe that's when spirituality starts to come into your life. But it's needed. And relationships and harmony is needed. And how people see you in relationships. Like, they're a power couple. How do you know they're a power couple? What's the first thing you notice? What is a power couple? We see them. They're celebrities. They have a presence when they're together. Feel it. You see it. Sense it. Power couple. They seem to do it effortlessly. They don't seem to work it out. Oh, they work it. It's not as hard, though, because they're probably very compatible. But in relationships, Raguel is saying it's an order. There's a process. And if you know about the judicial system and how it works, it is a process. And what he's saying is that you have to use the example and how to build relationships based on fairness, based on good principles. you have to have something tangible that works, so that the two of you, or the bunch of you, or the group of you, or whatever, is going to get along, because you need to listen. You need to evaluate what you hear. Think. So relationships and harmony are very important. Got to get along with the people that you work with, live with, yourself. Because people are watching you. They get a vibe from you. They get vibes. So I don't know why. I don't know why no one ever likes me. Why is it that no matter where I go, nobody likes me? Have a life review and try to figure out why people tend to pull away. Do you come on too strong? Are you overwhelming, overpowering? Do you have too much masculine energy instead of feminine energy? Or the other way around? Look at yourself first before you point the fingers. Okay? Try that. Evaluate yourself. We could all be better people. We could all be better. Okay, this is Hopes and Fears. It's a victory card. And you know, this is amazing because it's Sandalphon, and your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. This Archangel delivers prayers to wherever you want them to go. Like easy, quick. So if you have affirmations and manifestations about things you want in your life, don't sit there and expect them to come in, you know. Come on in, I'm open. I've got all my chakras open now. Come on in. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to be in a certain place. Your whole being has to be in a certain place. As I said, there's different levels and there's different vibrations and frequencies, and you've got to be on the right frequency to gain these things. And those that know how to do it, boy, they get what they want. They know they know the secret. They know where to be. They never, ever let themselves go down to a negative place. They just won't be stable. They need to stay up there to attain what they have. So in the victory card here with Sandalphon, what he's saying is that whatever has been going on for all of us as individuals and as a world, it's seen. It is seen. It's been heard and seen by those that we love, whether they've left us here and in another world, or it's your Creator and who you believe in. Archangels, angels, guardian angels, ascended masters, saints, whatever you believe in, whatever gods you believe in, have heard your cries. They know. And there are better times ahead. Because for this card to be a victory card in this position, I am not taking it as a hope or a fear. It's a hope card. It says have faith. It's not saying that you're going to lose this victory. You're not going to lose the victory. This is a victory card. And it's not a fear card. If it was a fear card, it would show up differently. This is a positive, good card for us as individuals and as a world. Things are going to get better. They will. It won't happen overnight, but we all have to work together. Now remember, this whole reading is about working together. In our homes, as an individual, on ourselves, with other people, and as a collective. We have to do it. If we don't, we won't make it. Think about that. We won't make it. I have a story. It's a good story. Quick. I gotta make it quick. My first cousin, Raymond Massa, passed away a few years ago. I was very close to him. He was a very successful man. He had a soulmate for his wife, Vivian. They had 3 children. And Ray had cancer and passed away. I loved him very much. He told me a story one time. He was into investing, mutual funds. He said to me, "Do you know what a mutual fund is, Donna?" And I said, well, it's mutual. I assume it's people. It's more than one. If I had one pencil in my hand, I could snap it in a second. I said, yep, you could. I said, but if I had a bunch of pencils in my hand, I would not break them. I would not be able to break them. I said, no, you won't. That's what a mutual fund is. That's mutual. The more you have, the harder it is to break it. So as a world, or as a community, all of us, or even in ourselves, we have to work at that. Working with people. No walls. Open. Understand. Listen. Try to work with people. Get along. You have to do that. We have to work at it. All of us. So it's a victory card. The last card is spiritual understanding. Now, you see, these 2 cards are very close. This one here is Archangel Azariel as the counselor, and then this one here is the final outcome, and it's saying a spiritual understanding. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. Spirituality is going to be part of the new age of Pluto in Aquarius, or the age of Aquarius. Because Aquarius is the sign that does have a vision. They're visionaries. They go a little further out. They just do. And people who know Aquarians know this, that they're this type. They're humanitarians. That they're out there. They're not airheads by any means. Not airheaded. They're just out there. They're bringing in a lot of information at once, and they come out with all kinds of things. Some of them are very inventive. They're interesting people. Aquarians are. All air signs are pretty interesting. They're intellectual signs. Each zodiac sign is very needed because it's a balance. It's the 4 elements that we have to have. Air, fire, water, earth. We've got to have them. We have to get along. So all of us are important. Every zodiac sign is important. And we as a people, as a collective, have to work together. And on a spiritual level is asking us to think higher mind. That's like using your perception, the ability to use practical, logical thinking, down to earth, grounded, to be able to use your intuition on gut feeling. And we all have that. We all have a gut feeling. We all know immediately. We don't always listen to it, but that's that gut. You learn to listen to that when that's always right and always does the right thing. You don't always want to do the right thing. You're a little mischievous. Try something new, and could get into a little trouble. Well, you know, you got to learn. We all have to learn, but sometimes experience is a fool's teacher. So listen. Listen to my story. Don't be the fool. So, spiritual understanding, this is a very, very bright archangel. This is geometric shapes, geometry, chemistry. it's understanding the universe, understanding how it works, how we're all connected. It's the higher mind. It's lifting to a vibration where we are in a place of less confusion, of less negativity, where we're getting rid of the people that are trying to drag us down. We have no use for them anymore. And it's not that we're being mean, it's just they're not serving us. They're not allowing us to live. They're not allowing us to ascend. They're not allowing us to live our life, our best authentic life. They don't want us to. And don't fall prey to it. Just let it go. It's out. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I don't want to go there. I love you. You're great, but I don't want to go there. So this last card for a final outcome is that you need to have some form of spirituality. Tap into it. Figure it out. It could be prayer. It could be silence and meditation. As we've said, we've spoken about all these different ways that you can find peace. Time to go within. The life review. Gain perspective. Like in tarot, the Hanged Man. He's upside down. He's looking at it from a different perspective, like a kaleidoscope. Look at it in different ways. Don't just go narrow-minded. Open it up a little bit. Try to see a lot of things. Try to evaluate so that you're not so narrow-minded. This way, all the way. My life has always been this way. No, open it up. Be adventurous. Learn new things. Have fun. Enjoy your life. Your best authentic life. That is what this whole reading is about. Healing, getting the tools that we need, and living our best authentic lives as human beings, as individuals, and as a collective. We have to. We have to. We don't have a choice. There's no way you can't go down. You have to go up. You can't go back. You have to go forward. You can't. If you go down to the lowest point, where else are you going? Up. You have to. You can't quit. You cannot quit. You have to be strong. You have to survive. That show Survivor is still on. I just realized that program has been on for way over 10 years, maybe 20. I'm not sure. That's the longest series I've ever known to last. Why? Why does that keep on coming back? What is it all about, that show? Some people, I can't stand it. But really, what is the meat and potatoes of that show? They're tribes. Never met each other. What do they have to do to survive? What do they have to do? And who are the people that outlive, outsmart, outwit, and just know how to play the game? They win. How did they do it? Each one has their own style. But there's always a winner. So survival mode is through the higher mind. Think high. Think high level. Don't want to go in the low level places, the dark places. You don't want to go there. And those that go there can dwell there. If that's where they're happy, they can stay there. But as a world, as a collective, if we're going to lift and make this a better world, because we have a very good chance in the next 44 years to really change our way of life. Many of us won't see it, but the children will. And these rainbows are here to unite. They started coming in at 2000. So these children now You're seeing them in sports. They're incredible. These football players that are amazing athletes. What about, did you see the Olympics? Did you see what you saw with these young people? What they can do, how fast they can run? They don't look real. Rainbows. They're the most evolved. The indigos, well, we're going to be leaving the indigos, which for change. The crystals are now they're right in line to lead. They want to heal. Heal. Raphael. And the rainbows want to unite. And there's your new world. Oh, Donnie, you're painting such a great picture. I'm not painting a picture. Michael Jackson saw this. He saw it way before anyone. His biggest worry was the earth. He was concerned about our earth, our home, our planet. But he saw a vision of a better world. He saw it. Now, we didn't get Mike Gale here tonight. I wish we did. Because I don't have the clarity card yet, but it's not him. But remember, he is an archangel. And whether you believe it or not, doesn't really matter. I don't care. I know he is. And he's around. So don't be afraid to call upon him. He helps in many ways. He'll always be there for you. What's the clarity card? Okay, this is Claire Sentences. This is Archangel Raguel again. This is second time. Notice your reoccurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance. Okay. I have to think about this for a minute, okay, because the cards are all relating, but this is a very, very clear message. I will read to you what this means, because this is your clarity card as a collective, and as you know what clairsentence is. Like clairvoyance, clairsentence. People who have clairsentence, they have they actually see visions, like instead of a dream, they actually see a vision. That they pay attention to them. They're important if you have the ability to do that. There's a difference between having a dream and a vision. It's much more realistic. And also remember too that when you dream, dreams that you have that are significant into a Wednesday morning are dreams that could possibly come true in the future. But when you dream into a Saturday morning, it can happen that day or within the very near future. These are realistic visions of dreams that actually happen. So, clairsentence. Please honor your feelings. Don't be afraid of deep emotions or intense feelings. I can help you distinguish between your own feelings and those of others. I'll also help you clear any energies you may absorb. I'll guide you toward people, situations, and places with clear and loving energy. Your repetitive emotions and physical feelings provide important information, so please notice and follow these feelings. They're answers to your prayers. Ask me to help translate confusing messages so that you'll clearly know which steps to take. Raguel is like an air traffic controller. It's a riot. Raguel oversees archangels and angels, ensuring harmony, cooperation, and order among them all. In the same way, he'll help you sort all your feelings, enable you to notice and understand and follow them. This whole reading was for us as individuals and as a collective to work on ourselves, to become more spiritual, because we are ascending. This era is going to make us ascend, whether we like it or not. We might as well try. Think higher. Go higher. Don't be afraid to wish upon the moon, sun, stars, and everything. I want it all. There's nothing selfish about that. I want it all. I want money. I want wealth. I want health. I want opportunities. I want prosperity. I want everything. I want sex. You're going to get it. It's here. You just need to know how to get it. You need to understand how to get there. And spirituality and the higher mind is one of the ways you may practice. There are people in this world that have been doing this for years, spirituality. They live beautiful lives, very quiet, peaceful people. They worship every day. And they have fairly decent lives. They don't have as many problems. So you need to find something that works for you. Personally, you can do it in a group. You can be in a group on social media. You can join a group. And then as we work on this, we work as a collective. We get used to working with more and more people and understanding each other, because we're all different. We come from different ethnic groups and lifestyles. Appreciate them. It's their thing. Learn from them. Intermingle. Exchange. Learn. Listen. So, for a clarity card, divine guidance is when something is meant to be. Divine order is the way it's going to be. But the guidance is what comes first. Then the order is the way it's going to happen. So in this particular case, again, Raguel is the judicial system, but in this clarity card, it's asking us to listen to the voices that we hear inside our head, because we have voices that come through us. That's energy. All it is energy. It's information coming in and out. Listen to it. Sift through it. Grab what is good, what is right. Practice it. And work on yourselves. This whole reading is about us working on ourselves to heal. Healing, working on ourselves to become better people, lifting, ascending, and becoming a better world. I know it sounds like I'm talking about, Donna, you're not realistic, you're in the clouds, it's never going to happen. It is going to happen. It has to happen. We can't live like this. We can't be held back. We have to go forward. And only to do that, we have to work together. We have to. That's all there is to it. That's the end of the reading. We have got to work together. All of us. Men, women, children, we have got to work at it. Nothing's going to be easy. Nothing's going to be handed to us. You can pray and I want this, I want that, and just throw it in my lap. It's not going to happen like that. You know, if it does, it's a blessing. It's a miracle. And that happens. And when that happens, that's a gift. You have to really appreciate that. There's the roses right there. Because if you get a miracle or a blessing, you know it. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. How did that happen? That's a blessing. But most of the time we have to work at it. And if we want something bad enough, Go out and get it. Don't be afraid. Just do what you have to do. And work as a team. Learn to work as a team. This going off on your own and not being able to work together with people, it's not going to work anymore. We have to come together and work together, whether we like it or not. Or it's the pencils. The more pencils, the harder it is to break. Mutual. So, that's your reading. We have some work to do, everybody. We have been asked, the archangels have spoken, and they have asked us that you people down here need to work a little bit harder. We're seeing what's going on. We know that things aren't right, but you people have control over this. You need to work together. If you can't work together, then, don't expect anything to happen quickly. Because if you can't work together, then it's hopeless. So you better learn. Soon, quick. We don't have much time. Okay. A few more things. I have a couple more cards here. This is just a fun thing. This is a fairy card. They're the little fairies. I already shuffled the cards. So the first one is, it's so adorable. Can you see that? Can you see that? It's the tripping fairies. Summer. Powers of charm and desire beckon nature and answer prayers. It's number 9. Power of charm. You get more with honey than you can vinegar. And desire beckon nature's answers. Prayers. Nature. What would we do without nature? That's spiritual. Go out in nature. Listen to the sounds. Do some gardening. Plant flowers. Be with nature. Be by a river, lake, ocean, mountains. I miss the mountains terribly. Terribly. I never realized how much, I always wanted to live in Florida. But I can tell you one thing. The only problem I'm having in Florida is that everything in Florida bites. Everything. All insects bite. There's snakes. There's all kinds of things here that bite. And I've been bitten by everything and landed in the hospital at least 3 times with fire ants and everything else. So Florida, as much as I love it, I miss the mountains more. The mountains are haunting. They're beautiful. There's something about looking out at a mountain range with the blue hues. Nothing like it. The smell. It's beautiful, especially if there's lakes with them. Lakes and mountains. I miss it. I miss a little bit of it. I don't want to go real cold. There are places that you can live, that there are the Appalachian Mountains that are absolutely beautiful. And to be near those is not as cold as northern New Hampshire. So, I don't know if I can stay in Florida. I'm not sure. There's a lot of things about Florida that are very difficult, especially if you're a humanitarian. It's going to take a long time for Florida to turn around. What I see, I don't like. It hurts me terribly. The people are treated. It's terrible. It's exactly what you hear on TV is true about the state of Florida and Texas. These are tough states. Okay, I have one more. These are meditation cards. Look at, they each have a graphic design on it. And I hope you can see, this is a woman. See that? Holding a flower. And it says here, sense your guardian angel. We all supposedly have a guardian angel. A voice that guides us, rather. It's always there for us. mediating on a protective presence can strengthen us of times of difficulty. Sit comfortably. I don't believe this. Place hands in your lap, palms up. This indicates your willingness to receive strength from a divine source. Although your thoughts, allow your thoughts to float seamlessly across your mind. Imagine yourself enveloped in a comforting bright light. Its energy permeates your very core. Spend 5 minutes drawing strength from this light, this warm light. You have just met your guardian angel. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That is the card. It's called, these cards I love, the meditation deck, the essential meditation deck. I love them. So not only does it have something to say, but the outside is a graphic image, and this graphic image is art, and they're beautiful cards. I love them. So I think everybody's got their message. I think that we all know what we need to do. We have to work on ourselves as individuals and as a collective. We have to play nicely. We have to be better people. We have to have more good than bad. We have to work hard at it. But whenever you work hard at something, you always win. You may stumble a few times, but then you'll get it, and you'll win. The stronger the country, the stronger the people. The stronger the world, the stronger the people in it. As a world, we have to think as a world, as a one unified world. That's how we need to think. And spirituality is part of it. Knowing that oneself, loving oneself. This is all about us. This reading is all about us and what we need to do, and each and every one of us knows what we need to do. We know we're not perfect. We don't want to be perfect. We want to have things together. We want an easier life. We don't want to suffer. And we don't want to bring in negativity and put us on a level that we don't want to be on. So help each other lift. Be friendly. Be happy. Be supportive. Be nurturing. Unconditional love, practice it. No conditions. Acceptance. Forgiveness. Work at that. That's a hard one. Other than that, I don't think that I will wait as long to read, because fall into winter is a lot happens, and we've got a big election coming, and it's a powerful one. And all of you out there want to know what's going to happen. I told you what was going to happen. I told you that the ticket would be Biden. And then I saw the women, and now it's Kamala, and she's going to win. But here's the thing. All of you out there who are going to vote, one thing you need to do. Think very carefully. Kamala has a plan. She won't be able to get that plan done unless she has the Senate and the House as Democrats. Why? Because there's still friction here with the parties. The Democrats right now seem to be on a more leveled playing field, where the Republicans need to rebuild their party again, and they will. They will. Because we need them. But right now the Democrats have the way, and you've got to have the ticket all the way down. So you've got to have a House and a Senate to be a Democratic way of thinking in order to get Kamala to get things done. Because she'll start writing things out as soon as she has said what her plans are. And if she has the okay, she will do whatever needs to be done for the middle class, for those that are in the lower middle class and the upper middle class. Those that are rich, those that are poor. It doesn't matter where you are on that spectrum. She's ready to help everyone. That's the way she is. It's her way. So she's bringing everybody into the picture. She wants everybody to be happy. In order to do that, there's going to be some sacrifices. People aren't going to like some of the things she's going to do, but she knows what she's doing. This woman was an attorney. I mean, she knows the law, too. She's been around. She's seen a lot. She's good. She's somebody that's going to help this country. She's ready to do it. And she's got all of the qualifications, even though she's a woman. You'll see. So, good night, everyone. I'll be on again. If I get some feeling or something's coming in the wind or whatever, I will speak to you again. I love you. Thank you for being with me tonight. And remember, you gotta work on yourself. Be happy, loving. You're lucky to be alive during this time.